Okay. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. So I was up at 1 a.m. working on Powerball numbers and still working on my 3 and 4 digits for all states. Okay, so you see your 6482 guaranteed. Specifically, focus on the top 4 digits. I said they will manifest between 825 and 831. Yesterday was 8:31, so I met my deadline on that prediction. I also said I guarantee the number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, Illinois. Your 9863 combination, I promised that number would go to New York. New York dropped 3869. Oh, and we did say that it would fall between 827 and 93. Your 9532, that combination went to Delaware. I triple dollar signed it, promising it would make its debut. The very last number you see is an allegory. It is a strategic formula that I developed where I place these numbers with the triple dollar signs to win. $2165. Number 4 number. Focus on my top 5 4 digits. They will manifest between 827 and 92. I also guarantee the number 4 number. Boom, boom, boom. That was New Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, Carmel 85, and welcome back. See, it didn't take you long to remember what I taught you when the last time you was with me. You got 876, you got 576, you got 713821. These are North Carolina numbers. They will travel 2 states before, 2 states after, and beyond. So again, these are for your state. This is a all state prediction, but these numbers primarily will land in the red states. My red states are Tennessee, Texas, Georgia, Ohio, Michigan, Florida, North Carolina. In that specific order, if you want to capitalize on day trading number combinations, you no longer have to gamble your money away. Again, you don't have to play all of the numbers that I give you like my Jamaican friends do, but they want to win 44 times a day. They want to make sure they got 36 promises. They want to make sure they got 12 straight hits. They want to make sure that they got 9 number 1 promised hits. And let's see here. 16, 21, 25, 21 and 4 is 25, and it's 20 and 2, 23. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, remember I told you I have a tool on my website. That tool you can use to pretty much predict what's going to happen. So I told you yesterday, North Carolina specifically, 16, 23, 25, 14, 5, and 7. Let's see what they did. North Carolina, 16, 21 and 4, 25. I gave you the sum of 25. That's your 20, and this is your 23. So you had 1, 2, 3. This is the only one that we supposedly missed, but we'll go and find out just how much we missed that based on the FBTN list. And that's what you're looking at right here. These are your FBTN list for those who are confused with the terminology. The big money pattern is all of the numbers that you see me producing. These are big money patterns. These are numbers that have smacked me in the head, yelled at me, just came at me explosively through energy, frequency, and vibration. And I take that data and I put it down on paper and put it in writing and promise and guarantee those same numbers will fall. So again, when somebody tells me, but Mr. Bascomb, that number just fell, I don't care. If a number tells me I'm not done yet, then it's not done. 7736, ladies and gentlemen. Number one number. I told you, if you focus on my top five four digits, I promise the top two will manifest between 827 and 92. I also guarantee that you would see it in North Carolina. North Carolina. And I do believe we need to pay close attention to that number one number, because there's a lot of people that are still talking about, I need to learn, I need to focus, I need to catch up or catch on. There's nothing to learn. There's nothing to catch up on. Play the first two numbers until you can get up to speed, until your bankroll can sustain those triple dollar signs and fire. You'll see what I'm talking about. 9420, guaranteed the number four number or number three number, number four, number three, 123. That's the number three number. I told you, 3080 said, look, focus on the top five four digits. When are you going to start focusing on the top five four digits? I get phone calls every day. Mr. Bascomb, do you think such and such will fall? Mr. Bascomb, do you think quads or triples are going to fall? You know I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, but I'm also going to say, did you look at my FBTN list? Those numbers are your strongest numbers with the highest probability. I prove this every single day without fail. So again, your 9420, I guarantee the number three position number to fall. And they dropped it. Guaranteed. There it is again, over and over and over again. I will promise and keep promising numbers until you listen, until you say, hey, this guy is not playing. He's really serious about the work that he's doing. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay special attention to the times that I am doing these forecasts. This particular one, 7:19 a.m. on 8/28. So I promised that number would fall by giving it the triple dollar signs. 452. I told you when it fell the other day, it's coming back the same way, but nobody's listening. All you got to do is invest, but you want to play the lottery. You want to lose by playing the lottery when I am telling you you can invest and win every single day. I prove it without fail. 4, 5, deuce. Your 4, 5 deuce right here, straight, promised, and ladies and gentlemen, triple dollar signed it so you would see it in Florida. I told you the dates would be 8/27 to 9/3. Got the people on Michigan Lottery thinking I'm a scammer, thinking I'm a fake account. Number one number, number one number. Somebody say he can do it with the number one number. Focus on my top 5 3 digits, which I promise the top two big money patterns will manifest 8/27 to 9/2. I guarantee to fall in your state. It went to Georgia. Pay close attention, ladies and gentlemen. Very close attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, on 8/26 in Ohio, I told you to focus on my top 5 3 digits. Let's look. 1 2 3 4 5. Triple dollar signs, I promise. Triple dollar signs, I promise, will manifest 8/26 to 9/2. Ladies and gentlemen, 7/8/2. Ladies and gentlemen, what did they drop? 7/8/2 straight. But nobody's listening to Mr. Bascomb. They're still stuck in their old ways. And that's not good. I'm trying to break you from that. There's your 5/8/6/8, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, boom, boom. Out of 10,000 possible, actually, there's actually millions, but 10,000 possible, I call it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, top 8 in 7 hours. 7 hours. And you wonder why my Jamaican friends play all of my combinations. 7 hours. Georgia. Congratulations, Jesus. Congratulations, Renee. 7143, you will see 1934, you will see. You're also going to see 2065. You are going to see 9718. Look at this. Look at this. Would you look at this? Would you look at this? Boom, boom, boom. 9718. Promised. You can't beat that, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out for that 2065. You're going to see it in New Mexico. Watching out for 3345. Watch out for 8591. Your 0994 is your strongest hookup. And I wonder why. Look at that right there. Boom, boom, boom. But y'all keep playing with me. Ladies and gentlemen, 0562, number one number. But nobody's listening. I tell you, you can do it with the number one combination. You don't have to play them all like my Jamaican friends. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just follow the instructions where it says focus, if you focus on my top 5, you won't lose. Okay? If you focus on the top five, I promise the top two big money patterns have the highest probability. I say that they will manifest from 829 to 94. I also guaranteed you would see it in Ohio. Ohio, boom, boom, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, you better stop playing with me. 889 979, you will see. Watching out for 291. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 904. You will see 732 and 529. Your 979 is your only combination on fire. Ladies and gentlemen, this is coming from your 979. Ohio dropped. And here you have it. Boom, boom, boom. How many people can say big money patterns are the real deal? Because you can see where I kept that promise for 979, which I gave it on 830, the day before. I said the first will fall last and the last will fall first. But nobody's listening to you, Mr. Bascomb. Straight and promised. Triple dollar signed it as proof. You would see that combination. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, 230 did not lie. Somebody say numbers don't lie, but people do. So you got people out here doing grids. You got people out here telling you that a number's going to fall. You're paying people for numbers to fall on a day and they ain't falling. I'm telling you when the number will surface. I'm telling you when you don't have to invest in it no more. But you won't listen to me. I told you, if you focus on my top 5 3 digits, which I promise the top 2 big money patterns will manifest 830 to 96, also guaranteeing it in Michigan. 579. They dropped 597. I just want to know when y'all gonna let me start highlighting the number 2 number, because that's what I recommend. I recommend the top 2. I tell you, you can get away with the number 1, because some people, that's all they want to do is just hit one time. I have developed a way that you can hit multiple times each day without failing. 98419981. You will see it's on fire. 1243. Ladies and gentlemen, watch out for it. You will see that combination. You're going to see 6750 no matter what. That's a Michigan number. You're going to see 9821, ladies and gentlemen. That's no matter what. Watch out for 9843. 9843, New Mexico. 9843, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. 9843, Georgia. 9760, you will see Maryland, Illinois. 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see your 1988. Write that down for Missouri. 2 states before, 2 states after. These numbers are by way of Michigan, 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, I triple dollar signed that 0576 so you could make it and put it in Michigan. Michigan drop 7650 on that promise. I told you it would fall between 826 and 91. Very last number you see is a formula that I developed. 2695. You're going to see 3841. You're going to see 8120, New Jersey. Watching out for 7933. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 4568. You will see 9743. You will see 9732. 9732, Maryland. 9732, you will see in Virginia. Also, North Carolina, 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, 7933, your number 1 combination. I said you would see this number between 825 and 831. I put it in the number 1 spot so you wouldn't miss it. 660447. Watch out, watch out. You will see these combinations. I'm telling you to watch out for 916. 916, you will see 916. Watch out for triple threes, triple threes, triple threes. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 796 make its debut. Watch out for it in North Carolina. You're also going to see 764. 764, Ohio, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, New Mexico, and Georgia and Tennessee. Your 245, ladies and gentlemen, I told you your 245 would make its debut. Right there, 452. Watch out for 057. Watch out for 75 deuce in Kentucky. You'll see it in Florida. 2 states before, 2 states after. Don't leave out New Mexico. Your triple threes is on fire. Those numbers are by way of Tennessee. Congratulations. A lot to fit with that 450 hit. You got 365 deuce, New Mexico. You'll see it in Michigan. You'll see it in Georgia, Delaware, Ohio. 5698, ladies and gentlemen, you will see that combination no matter what. 5798 along with it. You are going to see 095 deuce over and over and over again. Look for it in Florida. Look for it in Ohio. Look for it in Texas and Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, your 3675 will be making its debut. That is a Michigan hookup. Write it down. There's your 5866 going to Georgia. Your 5868. Boom, boom, boom. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. Right there. So watch out for 5866. Those are North Carolina numbers. 2 states before, 2 states after. Your 4777. We said that would make its debut in North Carolina. I even met my deadline with that prediction, ladies and gentlemen. 664, you will see. Watch out for 664. You will see that in New Mexico. You're watching out for 493. 493, ladies and gentlemen, 493. I told you 493 would fall over and over and over again. This is from your North Carolina. So we don't take that one, but we will take on your 493 right here. Boom, boom, boom. And we will take on where we got it at again. Where we got it at again. You got 493 here. You got 493 there. $496. Watch out for 496. Hold on here. 493. Watch out for it in Illinois. DC will get it as a repeater. Okay, so we got 493 straight. Number one number. I got one person in my group that wins every single day, and all they do is play one number, and they play it in all states, and they win every single day. That's all they do. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see 985. Ladies and gentlemen, look for that in New Jersey. You're going to see 087, Kentucky. You're going to see 216 over and over and over again. Louisiana, New Jersey, Georgia, Missouri. Your 431, only combination on fire, along with your 116. Look at this. Right there. 231, 231, 231. Boom, boom, boom. 231, triple dollar signs. Watch out for 186. Those numbers are by way of North Carolina, 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, there is that 349 straight. Nope, that's just promised. It's number one, and it's promised. 349 in the number one position, promised. We have it as 493, the way they dropped it. And we have 934, triple dollar sign, so you don't miss it. There's no way you can miss it if I'm giving it to you over and over and over again. 411, ladies and gentlemen. You will see 411 over and over and over again. Your 411 is your sum of 6, 15, and 24. Watch out for 025, Florida. 690, you will see. 584, you will see. You're going to see 601 over and over and over again. That's your sum of 7. Watch out for 322. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 895. There's your 758. Zero 025, number one number. How do you miss? And it's straight 025. 025 predicted and forecasted to fall straight. Your number one number. Congratulations to my member who plays just that number one number straight. I don't even box my 3 digits. So that should tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen, all you had to do was focus on the top five three digits, which I promised the top two will manifest 824 to 831. Yesterday was 831. I met my deadline and I have it as proof that I did it at 8:15 p.m. on 824. You better leave me alone. Ladies and gentlemen, 8529. 8529 is Maryland. Look for it in Florida. Look for it in Florida. Look for it in Florida, ladies and gentlemen. You will see your 2475. You will see 2362. That's New York. Your 8528, ladies and gentlemen, Florida. 3475, ladies and gentlemen. You will also see your 3371, Louisiana. You're going to see 4583 over and over and over again. Your 2475 is your only combination on fire. 2430, 5264. Watch out for 5125, Ohio. 7463 will make its debut. 9043 will make its debut in New Mexico, Maryland, DC, heavy DC. Oh man, hold on a second. Let me see here. 4583, ladies and gentlemen, 4583. I guarantee that would show up and show out, but ain't nobody listening. Congratulations again, Jesus. One of my newest members is killing the game every day. Very good listening skills, I must say. You got 066, ladies and gentlemen, you will see. You're going to see 969 over and over and over again. Watching out for 710. You will see 780. I told you that earlier. Also 246 Ohio. You're going to see 514 right after that. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 431, boom, 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 and 340 will make its debut in Maryland, Missouri, Ohio. There's the 502 I told you would drop. It dropped. 246. Number one number. Straight, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all better leave me alone. Read it, ladies and gentlemen, right there. 288 did not lie. Somebody say numbers don't lie. Focus on my top five three digits, which I promised the top two, but somehow I can make that number one do what it do. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you that they would manifest between the dates 828 and 94. I also told you that I guarantee you would see it in Ohio. Promise kept straight. Number one number. 991088, ladies and gentlemen, you will see these combinations. I need you to watch out for 1-4 deuce. Watch out for 586. 586 is Delaware. 586 is Louisiana. You will see those combinations, ladies and gentlemen. And then also pay close attention to your 289 and your 829. Okay, 289, ladies and gentlemen. So your 289. I told you that number would drop over and over and over again. That's why I put it in the number one position. I told you that I promised that 245 would fall. How many people were listening? There it is right there. Boom, boom, boom. I told you to watch out for the 734. You will see 734 and 874. Watching out for 586, 247, and 760. Your 142 will make its debut. This is Michigan numbers, 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, there is your 892. Boom, boom, boom. Triple dollar signed it, promising its debut between 8:30 and 9:05. 1 day is all you had to wait. 16 hours is all you really had to wait because your boy was on the job. Ladies and gentlemen, 6395, you will see. Very strong combination for Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. Ladies and gentlemen, watch out for your 4316 in Michigan. You will see it as 4361 as well. 8752, you will see. Watching out for 7520 and 2461. Your 2461 is going to go where they dropped that 2468 in Illinois, right there, ladies and gentlemen. And your 2461, you can see it in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. You can see it in Michigan. Write those down. 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 7980 and 5522. Your 5522 is New York and also Ohio. Write those down. 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, there is your 1364. Number one number. Y'all better stop playing with me because I told you I can do this. I prove it every single day to myself. I don't have to prove shit to anybody else. And basically, what you see me doing here is advertising because since I'm not allowed to play because I'm working so hard for you. So, again, I make this look relatively easy, but I'm up around the clock putting this together. You got that 4663, you will see in Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, 2194, write that down. 7985. I already told you that number once. I told you about the 8752. These are called big money patterns. Why won't you write them down? Why won't you underline them? Why won't you circle them? Why won't you highlight them? Why won't you put a dime button or a booger by them to let you know that Mr. Bascomb knows a little something about numerology and it will fruition. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not playing with you. 7986, extremely strong. 1252, another extremely strong combination. There's that 2475 that I kept giving you over and over and over again. Make no mistake, you will see 5555. Look for that in Kentucky. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 4663. Straight number one number. Y'all better leave me alone. Woo! Getting heated up. And people talking about I'm fake. Fake that. How do you fake that? 4663. Number one number. Straight. Boom. Boom, boom. That's it. Focus on the top 4 digits, which I promised. Top 2 big money patterns will manifest. 82994. Also guaranteed. Georgia. Boom, boom, boom. Where'd it come from? Georgia. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all better leave me alone. I told you. I do 7 states because those 7 states correlate with every other state. If you want me to do your state specifically, You can do it like that. Just let me know. Or better yet, I'll put the Cash App up there. I'll let you look at the Cash App. You can put the Cash App up there. And once you send the $50 and in the notes, put the state, I'll know exactly what you want. I'll give you a 7-day forecast, just like the weatherman will. 226-766, 226-766. You will see. Ladies and gentlemen, watch out for the 435 and the 296. 435 and 296 are extremely strong. They have triple dollar signs. Watching out for 615. Where? Georgia. Then you're going to see 206. Where? Georgia, Michigan, Ohio, Florida, North Carolina. Don't leave out Texas. Your 964 is extremely strong. You will see that number in New Mexico. You'll see it heavy in New Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 527. You will see 435, 619, 507, 083. Your 083 fell in New York. There's your 651, ladies and gentlemen. 226-766, 226-766. There's your 651 again, ladies and gentlemen. 0187, ladies and gentlemen. I promised that number would fall if you focused on the top 4 digits, which I promised, top 2, 1, 2. It's just that easy. A 5-year-old can do this. Nothing to learn, nothing to figure out. Ladies and gentlemen, 255-959, you will see. You're watching out for 813, watching out for 023, extremely strong combinations. You will see 346. You will see 756 over and over and over again. 756 is Kentucky. 756 is North Carolina. 107, Kentucky. Your 391, 391, extremely strong. And your 391 is Illinois, DC, Georgia. 995, as you can see, I kept that promise for a 5-year-old to be able to distinguish it. The only combination on fire, 995, ladies and gentlemen. 2906, ladies and gentlemen, you will see this combination over and over and over again. Watch out for 0696. It is on fire. Your 0969 is protecting those last two, and your 0609 is protecting 6343. Your 6343 will go to Georgia. 2 states before, 2 states after. They drop 4663. Why wouldn't they? Watch out for your 1875. Remember, we nailed that one straight. You will see 6342, and you will see 6341. 6341 went to Michigan, ladies and gentlemen. So again, you can see that the numbers are not lying. Look, 1875 said, look, promise, no guarantee, 6341. As you can see, we put it in the number 1 position and got that 4316. Boom, boom, boom. So 6940, ladies and gentlemen, you will see. You will see your 0609. Those are numbers are by North Carolina. There's your 1875 that I declared and decreed that it would fall straight. How many people are listening to me? How many people understand, understand, and overstand that I will put triple dollar signs by a number promising its debut? 1875 dropped straight my VIP. And let's see here. 1875. And that was for you, North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, do you see that right there? Do you see that right there? 1875 straight. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all better stop playing with your boy. There's your 2985. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll see that in Maryland for you flips and mirror people. I done told y'all about that. Your 0617, you will see. I'm going to pick on you until you leave it alone. 5432, you will see. 2983, you will see. You are watching out for 8753. How many times do I got to give you that combination before you believe me? 7888 is on fire. Watch out for 9888. That'll be your next number on fire. These numbers are by way of Florida, 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 6710. I triple dollar signed it, promising it would go to Florida. They dropped 0617 for my VIP. 822363, you will see. Ladies and gentlemen, your 462. How many times do I got to tell you that 462 is a mean combination? Watch out for 362 next. You're going to see 361 protecting both of those numbers. Your 842 is extremely strong. You'll see that in Maryland. Watching out for 831, extremely strong. You'll see that in Maryland and Delaware. Watching out for 761, watching out for 124. These are extremely strong combinations. Those are Florida, 2 states before, 2 states after, 633. Only combination on fire. 5-year-old can catch these. 664, ladies and gentlemen, you will see 116. You will see 231. Boom, boom, boom. Watching out for 186, 341. Boom, boom, boom. 592, 349. Boom, boom. You got 349 here, 349 where? Right down here. So stop playing with me. Watch out for 985 now. Watch out for 216 now. Watch out for 087 now. These numbers will make their debut. 349, just like I said. 349. Again, the big money patterns do not lie, will not lie. You got to stop lying to yourself. 3681. Very last number is the first number that will fall. You will see these happening. Watch it go to New Jersey. Watch it go to Michigan. 2 states before, 2 states after. You're going to see 3682, ladies and gentlemen. You will also see your 7910. Look for that in Illinois. Look for that in Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 1475, one of my favorites. You will also see 7745. 7745 is extremely strong. You can see that going to North Carolina. 8263, number 1 number. I promise those numbers will not let you down. And he dropped it, 3682, boom, boom, boom. 7934, write that down. 7934, you will see. Ladies and gentlemen, you're also going to see 4753. You're going to see 9069 on fire, 4733. 4733 is New York. Watch out for 5826. You will see 6725. Look for that in Virginia. Look for that in New Mexico. 1907, you will see Illinois. 7341, you will see. Your 7341 is Michigan. 7341. Watch out for 4834. 4834, extremely strong. You'll see that in DC, 4834. Those numbers are by way of Texas, 2 states before, 2 states after. There's your 2576, ladies and gentlemen. And I guarantee the number 3 number, 1, 2, 3, would fall. 979, 988, watch out, watch out. You will see 612 and 402, watch out, watch out. 195, 987, these are no matter what. 258 and 888, those are guaranteed. Texas, 2 states before, 2 states after. 988, you will see they drop 988 right there. Watch out for 188. 699, DC, New Jersey, 184, 239. You will see these combinations. Watching out for 805, 804. You will see 714 no matter what. And 496. Those numbers are by way of Ohio. Watch out for 6230, extremely strong. You will see 0253. Your 5523 is your only combination on fire. Your 1146, watch out, watch out. 7532, one of my favorites. 2469 and 9764. You will see these combinations make their debut. Those are by way of Ohio, 2 states before, 2 states after. Watch out for 050212. You will see 134. Boom, boom, boom. You will see 140 in Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, 230 579. Where do we get your 579? Where do we get your 579? Where do we get your 579? Right there, 579 promised. Watch out for 259. Watch out for 374. Remember, I told you 734 earlier. So you should be writing these down. This is how you can catch the big money pattern. Congratulations, RT Crash 2006. There's your 203, number one number. I promised it would fall. 203 and 320, and I got 230 right there. 230 fell straight for my VIP. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 9453. Watch that go to New Mexico. Your 5091. Watch that go to Kentucky. Your 8677. You will see in Virginia, Illinois, North Carolina heavy. You're watching out for 90212354, extremely heavy 2354, New Jersey. Watching out for 1009. You will also see your 1099. And watch out for quad 9s and quad 5s. Your 6778, ladies and gentlemen, extremely strong. As you can see, I gave it to you twice. Double big money patterns on the same prediction. Gave it to you right there, telling you to play it. And I gave it to you again, telling you that it's going to fall by the deadline. If you do your due diligence, mine will show you that you are on the right track. 8973, only number on fire. 5642, watching out for 2021, no matter what. 5643, how many times I got to give you 5643 before you believe me? That is the Michigan number. Watch out for 4539. How many times I got to give you 4539 and tell you that it's for New Mexico? 2 states before, 2 states after. 3498, New Mexico. 2 states before, 2 states after. These numbers are by way of Tennessee. 2 states before, 2 states after. There's your 1022. I met my deadline. They dropped 2021. Watch that number fall again today. 266660. You will see. Watching out for 136. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 325. 734 is your number one number. I told you that number is strong. Watch out for 320. You now know it runs with 320. Watch out for 328 and 123. Boom, boom, boom. Those numbers are by way of Tennessee. There's your 743, your number one number. Y'all better stop playing with me. Congratulations, Big Money West. You got 8706. You're going to see 1946. You're going to see no matter what. 7395 is on fire. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 1954 over and over and over again. Watch out for 5734. That's a very strong combination. And also 8302, you will see, and 6320. I've given you that number several times already. There's your 033 and your 880. Watch out for these combinations. You will see 264. I already told you about 264 falling in Ohio. It will go back to Ohio. It will travel 2 states before, 2 states after. Your 034, I told you would see. 034 is New York. It's heavy New York. You will see it in Missouri. (035). You will see 035, sum of 8, and that is 206. Watching out for your 862 and your 861. Extremely strong combinations. 9154, your only combination on fire. Look for that in Pennsylvania. 9154, promise kept. 880, 3 times I gave you that combination. That's 1, that's 2, and I guaranteed it straight right there. Boom, boom, boom. 808. Watching out for 669, 778, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 731 and 146. Write those down. Extremely strong combinations. Also, 948, you will see 012, 816. You will see 037. You will see. Those numbers are by way of Florida, 2 states before, 2 states after. Number one number, 948. So you should already know what your number one selection should be. There it is again. Super consistent with being consistent. Giving you the same numbers over and over, proving that the numbers don't lie, proving that my numbers don't lie. There's that 1875 that I told you would fall straight. I'm giving you the same number over and over and over, but you're not listening. You're not paying attention. You're not following winning instructions. 3096. 1096, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see that 1096 over and over and over and over again. Your 1096 is also a New Mexico hookup. You're going to see it in Illinois. I need you to watch out for the 961 deuce. 961 deuce is New Mexico all day. Your 1873 will go where they dropped that 1875. (9620). You got, this is 1 hour before the number dropped. I put you up on game. Here it is. I gave it to you on 8/28 to drop on 8/28. Same day, 9260. There you have it again, ladies and gentlemen. 8/28, 2906. Promise kept. Triple dollar signed it as proof. You would see that 4-digit combination. 4780, you will see. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see 5694. You will also see 4783. How many times I got to give you that combination before you believe me? You got 9556-0187-4304. You're going to see that combination over and over and over again. And watching out for your 0087. These numbers are by way of Ohio, 2 states before, 2 states after. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 2954 in the number one position 11 hours before it made its debut. And y'all want to keep questioning me. There it is, 10 hours straight. Y'all better leave me alone. I'm on it. I'm on it. What about you? You got 856, ladies and gentlemen, 856. You got 899-499, watching out for 710-159, 852-780-754. We're going to stop at the 754 because look, I promised 754 would fall after I talked to 852, right? Yep. I talked two numbers, right? So look at this. I want you to pay very close attention to what 754 told us. So he said, we're going to give you this one. Promise them. Right? Where's your other ones at? We got here. Promise them. Here. Promise them. So I promise you guys, 3 times I told you I am not selecting ordinary numbers. Okay, so for a Sunday, we have, let's see here, guaranteed, promise, straight, number 1, all in yellow. Okay, I'm not even going to go over any of them because I'm really tired at this moment. We did do that 496. I didn't see that over there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's that 032. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 38 on a Sunday without Texas, without all of Tennessee. 38 total. I promised 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 numbers out of 38 I promised you would win if you concentrated on first 2 triple dollar signs and fire. Straight, ladies and gentlemen, I delivered 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 straight hits yesterday. Number 1 position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you're just playing my number 1 numbers, you hit 9 times, or you would have hit 9 times if you believed on that number 1 combination. I will see everybody at the winner's table no matter what. Remember, If you are interested in winning every single day and you can follow simple winning instructions by investing in the first two numbers, by all means, you can join dynamicpredictions.onrender.com. But if you join my group and you ask me what numbers to play, I'm simply going to refund your money. Again, the first two numbers from each of the 7 catalyst states. That's 14 numbers. You can do the number 1. You can do the number 1. That's 7 numbers. Or you can just go with what you got going on for your state. Remember, you're no longer gambling. You are an investor. Abundant prosperity in health and in wealth to all who follow me and believe in the hard work that you see me accomplishing every single day without fail. That's without fail. Pennsylvania, all numbers promised. And I don't even do Pennsylvania per se. Ladies and gentlemen, Michigan, all numbers promised. And you got a number 14316 4 digit that you shouldn't have missed. You got a 2065 4 digit for Ohio that you shouldn't have missed. You got all three numbers promised, and you got 5125 is the only number you should have missed. On Georgia, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, missing only your 8028. And I haven't even just went deep enough to find out if we really missed it or not. Because you got to remember, I can see into the future. So when I'm here with you right now, I'm bringing the future to you real time. And I prove it with my dates, with my combinations, and with the fire, the first two, and the triple dollar signs. I'll see everybody at the winner's table no matter what. I will try to go live again at about an hour from now. So be ready.